Type of communication in networking. Okay, there are basically three types of communication available: unicast communication, broadcast communication, and multicast communication. Here I've just written broad, but it is a broadcast communication. Okay, I'm just correcting after that. Okay, I'm just writing here a bracket like 1.1:1:1:all 1:many. It contains some meaning which we understand further in video. Okay, now what is actually unicast? So unicast means sending a message from one host to another host is called as a unicast communication. Basically we can assume that there is a two host available in a network, in one network system. So one sending from data from one to second, then it is called unicast communication. No worries, we take example in next page. So if one source and one destination are involving in a communication, then it is called as a unicast communication. Okay, this is especially we can use for a MCQ purpose, like one source and one destination, then it is called unicast. How exactly example of a unicast communication is here? The circle is indicate a network, and the rectangle indicate host. So host IP address is 15.1.2.3. Okay, this IP address is belong to a class A. So network ID is 15, and host is HID is a 0.0.0. Okay, now another network is indicated by another circle, and rectangle is by 119.4.5.9. So another host has a IP address is indicate here. Now another hosts network ID is 119. So here we have to deal with a two network ID 15.0.0.0, and host ID is 119.0.0.0. Okay, how we identify a network ID and host ID? It is using a if we have to write a zero of a host ID. If we want to identify a network ID, then we have to zero all the decimals of a host ID. Here we zero all the decimal of host ID, which is 1.2.3. Okay, this is a basic rule how we identify a network ID from IP address. Okay, now how the network ID work with or deal with another network ID, like in data. If we have a source address 15.1.2.3 and destination address is 119.4.5.9. Now the exam in the example we have seen that it is a only one directional, so it is a unicast communication. Okay, and if we take another example of a class B, then we have IP address 157.157.24.192, and another is a 19.2.3.4. So this IP addresses belong to class B. So network ID of this IP address is 157.157.0.0, and uh, another IP address here is a 19.0.19.2.3.4. So from this IP address we have to derive a network ID which is a 19.0.0.0. Okay, so unicast communication is another is indicate that unidirectional. Okay, now we take an example of a class C. So how it is a work in a class C, like this address is belong to class C, so it is a network ID is a 24-bit and host ID is a 8-bit. Okay, then how it is work, like 200.200.200.0, and network ID is 190.3.0.0. So how the unicast network is work here is from one directional. Okay, now broadcast communication. Broadcast communication have a further two two parts, like a limited broadcasting, direct broadcasting. In a limited broadcasting, we have a particular rule, like sending a message from one host to all other hosts in the same network is called as a limited broadcasting. Assume that we assume that all our devices are work in a same network for a particular room, like we are doing a job, we have a 3 or 2 laptop and we have wi-fi in our house, then all these devices work in a particular network, okay, according to their router's ip. Similarly, here circle is indicate a network, and rectangle is indicate a host id. Okay, host, what is a host? So according to that, we have a source address is a 11.1.2.3, and destination address is a 255.255.255.255. Okay, we have here broadcasting, so that's why a destination address is a 255.255.255.255. Now again we have a source address 157.157.157.1.2. Okay, so this belong from class B. Again, we have a destination address is 255.255.255. So, in this broadcasting, we have a destination address is fixed destination address. The variable is a source address. So, source, we can change a source address. Like we can take a source address from class A, from class B, and from class C. Okay, but we have a destination address is a fix. Okay. Now a direct broadcasting. Direct broadcasting means sending a message from one host to all other hosts in some other network. It is called direct broadcasting. Again, here we have a source address 25.2.3.4, and destination address is 116.2.255.255.255. So according to another network ID, we here again change the IP address of destination address. Like here our IP address of IP address have a network ID is 116.0.0.0. So we how we direct broadcast, here we indicate that how our data is go from one host to another host. Okay. Similarly, we take another example that how our data go from one direct broadcast from one network to another network. And okay, again here we take an example from class A, like 15.0.0.02 network ID to 200.0.0.0.0. Again, one thing is that we here take example how we understand a type of communication. So it is not necessary every time this IP address is implemented in a real time example. Like real time example, there is some modification is available. So this is only for a theoretical concept, and how we can do some of a gate examination and all other competitive examination. Okay, now multicasting. Sending a message from one host to more than one host is called as a multicasting, and it is created from class D. All the IP addresses are stored in a group. The protocol which is used to create a group or join a group, IGMP, Internet Group Management Protocol. Okay, multicasting is two types of multicasting: local multicasting and global multicasting. In a local multicasting, both source and multiple destination are available in the same network. Okay, source and destination are available in the same network. Then we have a multiple destination is also available. Like here we have a network id 200.200.200.0, and we have a source address 200.200.200.6, and destination address to 224.2.3.4. Similarly, we have a here group of IP addresses available for a destination, like from 2 200.200.200.1 200.200.200, from 1 to 5 we have available here. Okay. Here it is a 224.2.3.124. So according to that group of IP availables, I just again repeat, here it is we write 200, it may be 224, it may be 225. Okay. In a global multicasting, global multicasting source is an one network and a multiple destination are available in a multiple other network. Okay. We can assume that every network is indicate using circle that we know. Now this sign is for a router. Okay. So from a here four types of network available, and IP address of a first host is a 16.2.3.4, another is a 19.0.0.0, another is a 196.2.3.0. Here every IP is a belong from a different class, so we have to again restrict about that how we can do a global multicasting. We can say it is a difficult to global multicasting. Okay. And another is a 151.151.1.1. So according to every IP address we have to deal with a multicasting network, like we have a source address and destination address. Okay. According to arrow, we realize that we can send the data from one network to another, and similarly vice versa is available. So it is a bi-directional communication, we can say that. Now we have uh, a conclusion that how we can do a gate examination sum, or another competitive examination sum available for network ID and host ID. Okay, if we have a network, if we have a ones, write one in a, okay, first we have to convert our IP into binary format. Then everyone indicate in a network ID, which is network ID, and everyone indicate which is in a host ID. So it is a limited broadcast address. Similarly, if we want to how we identify a limited broadcast address, then we have to make a once in a network ID and host ID. Okay, then it is our limited broadcast address. No worries, we take an example and then we can better understood. Now host ID, if we put 0 in our IP address in a HID, then it is then we derive a network ID. Similarly, if we put 1 in a HID part of IP address, then we got a direct broadcast network. How we can identify, then we take an actual example here. Now we have a IP address 12.13.14.9. Then how we identify a network ID? So basically this is belongs to, first we have to identify a class, that this IP addresses belong to which class. So this IP addresses belong from class A because it is belong to 0 to 126 range. Okay. Now in a class A we have a 8-bit network ID and 24-bit host ID. So now we want to identify a network ID, then we go through first network ID. We have to put once in network ID and put 0 in a host ID. If we want to identify a direct broadcast address or a direct broadcast network, then we have to put once in a host ID. So firstly we don't do any type of thing in a network ID, just put as it is a network ID, and we have to put one in a host ID. So when we are converting our binary address into host ID, then binary address into decimal, then we have write is a 255.255.255. Now we have converted our uh, limited broadcast address, then we have to put all the bit as a 1, so it is a 255.255.255. Similarly, every type of address we have to choose. Like this address is belong from class A. Again, first 119 is a network ID. So we don't have to do any task with network ID. We have to just put 119 and put a 0 on a host ID. Similarly, if we want to derive a direct broadcast, then we have to just put a 255.255.255 in decimal in a host ID. Okay, limited broadcast address is same for every IP address. So it is a 255.255.255.255. Okay, this is a 150.0.3.7. Okay, this is belong from class B. So 16-bit network ID is available. So we have to put a 1, put 0 in a host ID like 3.7. So in place of 3 and 7 we have to put 0. And now for a direct broadcast address we have to put 1 in a host in host ID. So we have to put 255.255 in HID. Now we have a 190.3.20.2. This is belong from again a class B. So again we have to uh, put 0 in a host ID. So 190.3 remains same and 00 in network ID. For a DBA we have to put 255.255 in host ID, and the part of so the DBA is 190.3.255.255. Again 193.7.9.14. This is belong from class C. So first two example is from class A, another two is from class B, and now it is from class 3, 193.7.9.14. So here it is 193.7.9, which is network ID, and 0 which is host ID. So in a network ID, host ID bit remains 0. Okay, this is very important thing. Now in DBA we have to put 1 in a host ID, so 193.7.9.255. Similarly, LP 204.3.1.128.74. So network ID, this is again belongs from class C. So 204.3.128 is the network ID and 0 is a host ID. Similarly, 204.3.128.225. This is our DBA. Okay. 225.3.9.7, we cannot derive any network ID, DBA and LBA. Similarly, 242.9.3.11, we cannot derive this. Okay, thank you. Please just comment if anyone have any doubt in this example. This type of example is come in a competitive exam, especially in a GATE examination. So you can easily crack 2 or 3 marks question just by only one, just this method. Using this method you can easily crack this. Thank you.